Hi, my name's Sylvia Massy, and we're recording a library for Toontrack here at Studio Lafa.
I wanted to work here at Studio Lafa because I'd been here before with Mixed with the Masters, and it's a very unique setup for recording. During Mixed with the Masters, I did some very experimental recording. Almost every time I do a session, I try to add in some experimental bits, some unhinged activities, let's say. Let's find a unique space to record in, or let's find some unusual instruments or build our own instruments. So those are the types of things I like to do. And the Mixed with the Masters has been a great place to do that. So that was why this studio in particular was on my list. We have a great crew. I've got my guy, Ian. Ian Rickard is an engineer that I've been working with for over 15 years. It's been a while, and we've gone from studio to studio. And so he's running the rig while I'm getting the sounds.
Yeah, working with Sylvia has been great. I mean, she's taught me pretty much everything I know. And she has always inspired me to be creative and daring. That's probably what makes her production so amazing, is that she's not afraid to take risks and be creative and make things sound unique.
So as we started this session, I asked to go to a thrift store, and I had some people come with me. And we'd found a bunch of things at this thrift store that were really useful in our recording. So we have those set up around the drum kit. There's a little cassette recorder. Can we try it?
Let's do this.
I bet it works. Why wouldn't it work? And fantastic telephone that we modified. If I undo this, it's my microphone here. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna work. And it has a completely unique sound. And that it's that kind of randomness that adds excitement into these recordings too. And then we've got a hose, which is something that I like to use in sessions. And it's a hose that goes around the base of the kit. We also used a water bottle in front of the kick drum with a mic dropped into the water. So we've got all these opportunities for different colors. I suggest that you find a section in a song that you would like a change and use it just for that section. Like turn on the telephone just for one section and then turn it off again. And then that's just like a scene change, like opening a door into another part of the song.
Sylvia comes up with these crazy ideas. I don't know how she does it, but it's amazing. And, it's more of an application thing. Sometimes you want to have the whole kit have a little fuzz. And so you kind of just bring those mics up until you're kind of achieving some effect.
And that's why it's better to have all these different colors. Even if you don't use them, they're there if you need it. I've had very good luck recording new bands like System of a Down, Tool, Powerman 5000, These bands were kind of baby bands when I started with them. I love those types of bands because of their energy, and the task of capturing that live energy is the magic that I can bring to a session. I also try to bring some kind of adventure into recording. Go find an old silo or a cave or a cathedral and set up some mics and do some recording. You think of how a singer will sing in a closed space, like a vocal booth, and you're going to get a certain performance out of that singer. But if you put the singer in a cathedral and have them sing, you're going to get an entirely different performance. They're going to be inspired by their surroundings.
The kick sounds great.
Cool.
We'll do the kick first?
Yeah.
So it's not all just unusual stuff in this pack. Actually, the core of it is really solid, punchy drum sounds. And that's what we want. Big, punchy drums. So Studio La Fabrique's main room is the wood room right behind me, and that's a medium-sized room with a good booth. Versatile for that. We're going to use the main room, and we're going to put those vintage kits in it.
It's kind of a unique space where we've got all the vinyl in the library here, and there's not many reflections as it was in the other two rooms. For this type of kit, you don't really want this huge sounding room. It's more of a tighter sound.
There's also a massive high-ceiling concrete room, and I wanted a big live room for the biggest drum kit that we'll be recording because of the high ceiling, the room to move, and the incredible reverb that we get in this space. And that's right here. We've got 8 toms, 4 octobans, 2 kick drums, and a whole bunch of cymbals. So we start here. There's also a big stone room with some gears and pulleys in the ceiling. I think it was an old mill. In the corner of that room is a small cubby with a low ceiling that's great for drums. I love it.
You kind of have the option of being tighter. The sound of the wood hoops give it a softer character.
And then you go over to the arcade, and that is like arena rock sound in there. And we're pumping it up with a PA in there too.
It's not as big as the untreated hall. So there's some acoustic panels on the ceiling. It does absorb some of the sound, but you still have that big sound in there.
Well, you can be sure that a majority of the great records of our time have been recorded on a desk like this. A beautiful 88R Neve. This is a newer version, but it still has that core sound that everyone loves in their recordings when they work on a Neve. So we get that with this desk here. As well, there's great compression, and I am using some compression on some mics. And there's some beautiful GML EQs and a nice selection of mics. So yeah, this is a top-notch studio. The cool thing about being in a remote studio like Studio Lafa is that we're basically isolated here. We're on an island in the middle of the most beautiful part of France, and we have all the food we need and anything else, and we're just concentrating on this one thing. We're just making this fantastic drum pack. Can you play the roll on the big roll on the toms?
Yeah.
In the octos. Right. Wow, that's fantastic. There's finally a reward. Because we've all been listening to this.
In the end, it makes sense.
Wow, it totally makes sense. That's fantastic. Bravo.
Yeah, she's fearless, you know. She has this unique way of deviating from the norm. It's a constant education for me because, you know, I'll do my thing, and then when I see what she adds to what I've done, it constantly amazes me.
Well, this is a lifetime opportunity to be here in France with the Toontrack crew. I'll never forget it, that's for sure. And it gave me some time to sit back and really look at, you know, the world we live in and our studio world, how great it is and how lucky we are to be here and to be able to do this.